Welcome back to Classy and Chic Gems podcast. My name is Anita and I'm your host and founder. And I just want to say happy Friday. We have made it. The weekend is here. And I hope you had a wonderful week. I hope you had many reasons to smile this week. I hope whenever you walked in a room, people just light up because you are there. And, I don't think that we celebrate people enough. I think that we should give people their flowers while they're living and they can smell them and see them, because, giving people accolades whenever they pass away, that's great and all, but I think that we should always let people know how special they are to us and what they mean to us, because there are so many beautiful souls in this world, and I think that it is important to celebrate people every single day. So this is going to be a perfect segue for what we're going to talk about today. So who do you draw your strength from? I talk about my fitness journey. I am an Army brat, and my dad was big into running and lifting, and he was big on us being outside playing and, exercising and things like that. I think I really started working out seriously whenever I was in graduate school. I worked out some when I was in high school and then in college, undergraduate school. But in graduate school, I really got into it and then stuck with me through the years. And then when there were years where I had issues with UC, with colitis, I couldn't lift as much. So I think in April, I started going back to the gym, and I was going back to the gym like 3 to 4 times a week. But I was, kind of figuring out what I had forgotten. And then from April until about June, until my brother got sick, I was going to the gym. And then after he got sick and passed away, I stopped going for a couple of months. And then I started back in September. So in September, I began going to the gym 5 times a week. And I was really I was going, trying to rebuild my strength. And one of the things that I think is so easy to do is, you remember how you used to be, right? And so you're trying to gain momentum on what you could do before. So I'm sitting up there thinking, wait a minute, I could do all of this before. And so now I need to go in and start over again. Starting over again, trying to figure out exactly where I need to be here, what I'm doing with this fitness journey of mine. And so there would be days where I would get off to like the right side of the gym and get over there and just work out and just zone out. There'd be people over there by me, of course, because the gym would be crowded. But I would just be in my own little world, lifting, have my music going. And I started to pay attention to like the people who lifted heavy like I used to lift before. And so I was trying to regain some of those like techniques and things. And so I envisioned myself like I was before. I could see myself lifting and being strong like I was before. And so it took me, several months to kind of build up my strength again. But funny story now is, so I've been going consistently. I normally go 5 to 6 times a week. I've added in some weekend time. And so I have built my strength up to almost where I used to be before. And so that's a great accomplishment for me, because I feel like from September until January, that's great. I have been in there putting in the work. I've been, I go to the gym when it's cold. I go to the gym when it's raining. I go to the gym sometimes and sometimes I'm not going to lie, like those days when it's raining and it's cold, you want to just stay home. But I tell myself, we are going to the gym. We are going to the gym. And so I have really been so excited about the progress that I'm making. But the thing is, as with anything else, you got to put in work for it to benefit you and for it to make you disciplined. And so I think for me, not only have I gained discipline, but I've also put in the work to know exactly what my mind and my body can do, because my strength in the gym is something that is a direct reflection of God, because I feel like when you take care of your temple, you are showing God that you are honoring him in those aspects of your life, because it's easy to sit down on the couch and eat junk food and feel sorry for yourself. But when you get up and you actually move and you remind yourself, this is time for me to go and strengthen my body and strengthen my mind. And, there's been a lot of days where I've been in the gym just like working it out because maybe I had like a rough day, or maybe I had a day where I just didn't feel like physically strong enough to go, but I still went to the gym. Now, I want to ask you this. Whenever we face trials and tribulations in this life, there's somebody that we should always turn to. And I want to tell this story to you before I get started into this. So last night, the one area that I'm still kind of lacking on is with anything dealing with the squat rack and barbells and things like that. So I'm still building my strength back up. I'm pretty good at it, but that's one area where I need I need some more help with it. I'm close to where I used to be, so I'm not complaining. But so last night I was doing some RDLs, and I was kind of testing to see what I could lift and what I couldn't lift. And then, I started off with just the barbell by itself, and then I started adding weight, and I became very adventurous. And so I decided that I was going to add like a little bit of extra weight that I normally did not lift. And so when I lifted it, it seemed light to me. Well, I decided to add a little bit more. And y'all, do you know I couldn't pick it up? I could not pick it up. I was like, what? How in the world can I not pick this up? I could not pick it up. And so instead of me trying to force myself to pick it up, I went and I politely removed those plates. And then I got it to where it was something that I could handle. All right. So I don't care who was looking at me. I mean, I took the weight off and then put it back where it needed to be. And then I used the weight that I could handle. So as funny as that is, I want you to think about something. How many of you carry around things that are too heavy for you and you can't handle it, but yet you try to draw your strength from something that will never ever give you eternal strength, right? So you're carrying around all these burdens and they're heavy. And I mean, they're heavy. They're getting heavier and heavier every single day. But yet you're trying to draw strength from yourself. You know that if you draw strength from yourself, your strength is going to run out. But the strength that you draw from the Lord is something that is replenished every single time that we need it, And when we draw strength from him, he's never like, wait a minute, hold on, I can't give this strength to you. I think of God as someone who is always in our corner. And he's always there for us. He's a gentleman. He's not somebody who's going to cut in. He lets us have free will. And sometimes we think that we know it all. Sometimes we think that we can do it all. And so he lets us handle it. But at the end of the day, whenever we failed, we come back and we say, you know what? I think I want to do this your way. I think I want to do this your way now. But I really believe that God gives us strength to deal with everything that we will go through that day, the next day, and deal with the days behind us. And I don't know who needs to hear this, but there is somebody listening to this that is struggling with the things that they've walked through, and it is it is causing you to feel weighed down every single day of your life. You know, I feel as if it has weighed you down so much that you're afraid of even moving forward because you feel like the rest of your life is going to be like that. Well, I want to encourage you to let those things go. Put them down, drop them. Be that person that goes and seeks their strength in the Lord. Because you know how I talked about luggages the other day? You can build up so many luggages that are filled with things that are hurtful and things that people have done to you from the past. And I mean, you name it, everything just piles up. And after a while, you become so burdened that you don't even know who you are anymore. Yeah, I think it's important to remain in a space where you know that, yes, issues, challenges, tribulations, all of those things are going to come your way. But when you know who you draw your strength from, you don't have to worry about it. You know that He's got you. See, we all have a source in this life. And whether we choose to draw strength from that source, that's up to us. But it is always the best option in our lives. Now, if we draw strength from ourselves, hey, it'll be just like me whenever I was in the gym thinking that I could lift those extra pounds. That was just, that was my own strength. But hey, when I tap into the strength of the Lord, when it's something hard that has come my way, He helps me get through it. And I'm not saying I'm never saying that you're not going to encounter hard things in this life, because you will encounter all kinds of things that are threatening your joy. But it is up to you whether you choose to become better or you become bitter. And for me, I choose to become better. And pain is something that causes, pain causes you to hurt for a minute. Pain causes you to hurt and it depends on the type of pain. Sometimes you walk through physical pain where you're like, ooh, and hey, this is for my gym people. Whenever you lift and you're hurting and you're like, okay, this is a sign that I really got in the gym and worked out and all this stuff. And then you go back to the gym and you get to working out, you stretch and you get to working out again and you don't feel that pain as much anymore. It's it's a good pain because you worked through it. And then when you start seeing your muscles, that's one of the things that is a payoff, because you start seeing all these muscles develop and you're like, okay, I've been in here putting in work. Well, here's the thing. You don't always physically see your muscles whenever you go through things. You don't always physically see your muscles whenever you go through things in this life. But I can tell you what, you always know that you are growing whenever you do not respond in a negative way to things that were sent to destroy you. You see, I believe that the devil wants people to believe that they're going to always be in a negative spot, that they're always going to be walking through something, they're always going to be going through pain. There's nobody good out there. There's nobody that'll treat them right. Whatever it is, anything negative that you can think of. But God is here saying, no, this is not what my word says. My word does not say that you will never walk into victory. My word does not say that you will never, ever walk in a space where you feel loved. My word does not say that you will never, ever accomplish the things that you want to accomplish in me. I feel as if it is so important to connect with the source. Because when you connect with God, He is always going to give you strength. And it's not going to be just the strength for today. It's going to be strength for the things that you're going to face in the future, the things that rob you of your peace from the past. All of those things are going to be something that God gives you the strength to be able to deal with. And so I want to talk to the people who have been through relational hurt. That's something that I speak about a lot with a lot of my content. And I think that it's so important to encourage people and remind them that, just because you've been hurt in the past does not mean that there's somebody out there that won't value you. You know, I feel like a lot of people have gotten their hearts broken and they feel like there's no one out there that will truly see them